Trump blindsided as Karoline Leavitt quits and more top aides prepare to flee ship. That's the story breaking tonight, and it's a real one. No exaggeration needed. Karoline Leavitt, the youngest press secretary this country has ever seen. 28 years old, standing behind that podium day after day. She's stepping away. End of August, she's done. And the timing is what's got everybody talking. Let's go back to the beginning of this story, because context matters here. Leavitt came in young, sharp, loyal. She became the face of this administration to the American public. Every briefing, every combative exchange with reporters, that was her. She built a name for herself doing it. But behind the podium, there was a life happening too. She had a baby, a little girl named Viviana, born back in May. She came back from maternity leave, tried to balance it all, the newborn, the toddler at home, and this job that never stops. This job that demands everything you've got, every single day, no exceptions. So she made a decision, her own words, a bittersweet decision, she called it. Said she couldn't be the mother she wanted to be while carrying the weight of that podium every day. That's not scandal, that's not conspiracy. That's a woman choosing her children over the spotlight. Trump himself praised her on his way out the door, called her one of the most trusted people around him. Said she'd stay close, become an outside advisor, a voice for the party heading into the midterms. But here's where the story gets bigger. Here's where people start asking questions, because Leavitt isn't leaving in a vacuum. This White House has seen departures before her, and now the whisper campaign is loud. Is this the first domino? Are there more aides eyeing the exit? Are more people preparing to step away before things get harder? That's the real headline tonight. That's the real tension in this story. Picture it, the optics of it all. The reports of a separate plane, a catering truck, a smaller circle flying close while others took a different route. Intelligence chatter about threats near the Strait of Hormuz. Officials scrambling, questions about who trusted what information, who acted on which warning. Add that to a political climate where Democrats are eyeing momentum in the House, maybe even the Senate. Midterms right around the corner, and every departure starts to look like a signal. Every resignation starts to feel like a chapter in a bigger story. Trump says he's not worried, says Leavitt is family, says she'll be back around in a new role. That's the official version, and it might be true. People do leave jobs for their kids. That happens every single day in every industry in this country. But the political world doesn't sit still, doesn't let a resignation just be a resignation. Every departure gets read like tea leaves. Every farewell statement gets picked apart for hidden meaning. So here we are, the youngest press secretary in history, walking away on her own terms, citing motherhood, citing family, citing a job to demand into balance with the newborn and a toddler at home. That part is documented, that part is confirmed, that part isn't up for debate. What comes next? Whether more aides follow her out that door, whether this is the start of a bigger shakeup, or just one woman's personal choice getting swept into election year noise. That's the part still being written. History remembers moments like this, the quiet ones that turn out to be bigger than they looked at first glance, or the loud ones that turn out to be nothing at all. Right now, we don't know which one this is. What we know is a young mother chose her children, a president praised her on the way out, and the political world watched closely, wondering if this is where the story starts or where it ends. Karoline Leavitt is leaving the podium behind, but she's not leaving the conversation, not leaving the party, not leaving the fight. She's just changing where she stands in it. And that, let's talk about what led to this moment. Because nothing in politics happens in isolation. Everything has a build-up. Everything has a chain of events behind it. This White House has moved fast since day one. High pressure, high stakes, foreign policy crises, stacking on top of domestic battles. And everybody working inside that building has felt the weight of it. Leavitt wasn't just doing a 9-to-5, she was living inside a pressure cooker. Defending policy, defending the president, defending decisions she didn't always make herself. Standing in front of cameras that never stop rolling. And somewhere in the middle of all that, she was also just a new mother. 2 kids under 2. If you think about that for a second, that's exhausting under normal circumstances, let alone with the entire country watching your every public word. So when she says this was bittersweet, when she says she couldn't be the mother she wanted to be while doing this job, that's not spin, not a talking point. That's a real human being making a real human choice. It's easy to forget that people behind these titles, these positions, these podiums, they go home to diapers and bedtime stories just like anybody else. Now here's the part that turns this into a bigger story than just one resignation. Timing in politics, timing is everything, and this time and lands right as midterm season starts heating up. Right as Democrats are talking about flipping the House, maybe even making a run at the Senate. Any departure at a moment like this gets magnified, gets read as a signal, gets treated like a sign of something bigger happening beneath the surface. Adding reports of separate travel arrangements, a smaller inner circle, questions about who had access to what information during recent tensions overseas. And you've got a news cycle ready to connect dots, whether those dots are actually connected or not. Trump's response has been calm on the surface, praise, gratitude, and offer to keep her close as an advisor. That's the official messaging, and it lines up with how these transitions usually get handled publicly. But underneath the surface, there's always a second conversation happening, a quieter one, about morale, about pressure, about whether this administration is bracing for more exits before the year is out. That conversation isn't confirmed, isn't proven, but it's happening. And it's part of why this story has legs beyond just one person's personal decision. History has a way of putting these moments in perspective years later. Sometimes a resignation like this turns out to be exactly what it looks like on paper. A young parent choosing family over a punishing schedule. Nothing more complicated than that. Other times, in hindsight, it turns out to be the first crack in a bigger shift. The moment people point back to and say, that's when things started changing. Nobody knows yet which version this becomes. That's what makes it a story worth watching instead of a story that's already finished. What we do know, documented and confirmed, is simple. Karoline Leavitt made history walking into that podium as the youngest press secretary this country has seen. She's making a different kind of statement, walking out, choosing her newborn daughter, her toddler son, her own definition of what matters most over the spotlight she built for herself. Trump back to publicly, thanked her publicly, and left the door open for her to stay involved in a new capacity heading into the midterms. Whether more aides follow a path, whether this become the start of a larger wave or just one close chapter, that part of the story is still being written in real time. For now, the headline stands on its own. A young mother stepping back from the brightest spotlight in American politics, and the political world left watching closely, wondering what comes next.